Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Rians. Let's go ahead and take a little peek and see what we've got here, Taurus. We start out with the Seven of Swords, and we have a King of Swords in the reverse. Who is this skunk? I'm sorry, that is rude of me, but we got somebody who's not in a nice energy, and they're kind of doing some spying. Are they jealous? Do they think Taurus might have somebody else? Is this... That's what this looks like. We have somebody who, on one hand, okay, look, this could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, who, even if they have not been treating Taurus well, they certainly don't want some King of Pentacles to come on into Taurus's world. This is somebody that is jealous of Taurus, even if they have no business to be. And this almost feels like, oh God, I'm hearing that song, Don't Tell Me What to Do. You've already said that we are through. I'm a page that you have turned. I'm no longer your concern, so don't tell me what to do. This feels like, are they trying to get all jealous? Even if they didn't want to be with Taurus, they don't want anybody else to be with Taurus. It's going to make them super jealous. There's spying, and there's, anytime we see a King of Swords in the reverse, you got no business acting like that, right? That's the hallmark of King of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so here's the thing. Maybe now that Taurus isn't theirs anymore, they're like, God, Taurus is so attractive. And it feels like this person had a really hard time being good to Taurus when they had the chance. Still, I don't see them being good to Taurus. I just see them aware that Taurus is really, really, really attractive. And they're thinking, is somebody else? Oh, wow. Okay, so we literally have the Lover's card twice, and that's because we have two Lovers cards in this deck. Now, the first one that we saw was in the reverse, right? But that's the one with the masculine on it. The other Lovers card in this deck has the feminine on it. They're like, nobody better be in love with Taurus. Taurus better not be in love with some other dude in this storyline. But if Taurus is still in love with me and wants me, that's cool. Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. This person, it's weird because it's like, they somehow feel wronged at even the mere idea that a King of Pentacles might be coming into this glorious and beautiful Taurus, because they want Taurus to still want them, even while they're currently holding back from Taurus. This is a particularly weird message because they could be married to Taurus and yet not treating Taurus nice and saying, nobody else better be attracted to my Taurus. It's like, it's territorial, but at the same time, and the only reason I'm suggesting that is because we have this tree of life, this huge tree that grows. And it almost feels like this person has spent so much time intentionally holding their emotions back, even like holding back compliments, even holding back everything from Taurus. Yet, I better never lose Taurus, and I'm petrified of losing Taurus. Petrified. Somebody's going to steal my Taurus. It's so weird for them to be like jealous, but they won't treat Taurus nice. Why are you acting like this? I'm so sorry that we don't have such a great story on this, but we have a Seven of Wands in the reverse. They don't even know if they're acting like this. In their mind, they're not doing anything wrong. There is no blockage for them to overcome. Nine of Cups upright. Judgment card here. They feel like this is a routine. Taurus is definitely still going to be mine. Taurus is definitely going to come back to me. If we did break up, Taurus is still going to be my person, because I know I sit in this sense of self-satisfaction knowing that Taurus is my golden goose, and no matter what, we always reconcile. And that is the story that I get to have. So nobody better, mess that up for me. And Taurus can't be falling for somebody else. This feels very, very unattractive behavior. I said, why are they like that? And it's like, because it suits them to tell themselves this dialogue that they'll always be able to get back with Taurus. No matter what, Taurus will never not still come back home to them. Why are you worried then that maybe that's not going to happen? Ten of Wands, Page of Swords sideways. I do think that this person notices something different. Like maybe in the past, Taurus did always want to come back and reconcile. And maybe this time they see a relief in Taurus Now, even if Taurus is currently with this person, they're still like, yeah, but Taurus, and I always patch it back up. And I don't have to change my ways at all. Taurus will never fall out of love with me. But they're almost sensing that there is a shift in Taurus. Taurus is more peaceful, more calm, moving further away from them. Taurus isn't paying attention to see like when is a good time for us to talk. Maybe Taurus used to be the person who's like, let's set up a time to discuss, when we get home from work or something, we'll hash this out. I almost feel like Taurus isn't even paying attention to them, and they're picking up on that because they're starting to walk on eggshells a little bit here, I think. Eight of Swords, they're sitting here. I don't know if they get all broody and they tend to withdraw, and then Taurus has to cajole them back out. I feel like this person like goes into a den and just absorbs themselves in TV or something until Taurus comes in eventually to like talk to them. And if that has been a pattern, or if they go into silence and then Taurus, after a few days texts them, reaches out to them. But the thing is, it's been like 8 days, or it's been 8 weeks, or it's been some prolonged amount of time, and they're sitting here waiting in their den or in their dark room, like any day, when is Taurus going to reach out to me? Because something feels different this time. I feel like this person that's why they have the fear. What if Taurus met somebody else? What if Taurus is free and they're moving on and they're planning, they're writing in their diary and they're planning out their next move and they're thinking about what they want to do next. There could also be an element where they could see Taurus making, like, I don't know if Taurus has wanted to go back to school for something, wanted to travel, I don't know, to London, wanted to travel through Europe or something. It's been like a big wish of theirs. I also get like professor vibes off of Taurus. Maybe Taurus has just wanted to like go take a course somewhere. Something about like Taurus has had these personal plans that they've always wanted. And I feel like this King of Swords knows it, but they either never like supported Taurus in it, or they never would have like, imagine that Taurus would actually really make this happen for themselves, if they'd really go for it. And it seems like they're starting to get pretty worried because they're like, how come Taurus isn't like making their way toward me to fix things with me like they normally do? Well, are they starting to plan their future, the future that they wanted to have, the, like I said, this schooling that they wanted to take, or the, the trip that they wanted to take? Are they thinking about the rest of their life and not factoring me in? It's so crazy because as much as the storyline has come across as pretty like selfish, kind of toxic, they're like, but Taurus and I are 2 of Cups. Taurus is supposed to be with me. I'm supposed to be with Taurus. So they really think that Taurus is, important in their world. It's a really strong bond. Has this person wanted to be coddled by Taurus? Have they always looked at Taurus as, it's your job to, when I get upset, you have to soothe me. You, Taurus, you have to calm me down. You notice that we have this cub that is being, cuddled by, it's actually just a child though. But it's like, I'm wondering if this person was used to being made to feel special by people in their world, and then they transfer that expectation over to Taurus. That would make sense with the King of Swords being in the reverse. Now, please remember, I don't read for genders. So this could be same-sex couple, reverse gender roles. But right now we're going to say he, but I don't mean that this has to be a dude, right? And of course, the story can be flipped too. This could be Taurus behaving this way, but that's not the way it's come across. It's come across like a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius has possibly always been like, maybe if they threw a tizzy fit or something, they had like parental figures that would come in and make sure that they were all right, make sure that they had what they needed. Maybe everyone's always given this person a certain pass, and then they expected Taurus will also do that because that's how love is supposed to look. It feels like little prince, little princess energy, where mommy, daddy give me what I want, especially when I kick and scream or when I'm sad. They know it's their job to come in and fix it for me. And then they just transfer that expectation onto Taurus because that's the background that they knew. That would make sense why they come across as tyrannical and selfish with that King of Swords and these expectations that nobody better be liking Taurus but me. Taurus is amazing. They're beautiful. And I deserve them, and they have to give to me. And Taurus has to come and tell me that they want to fix the problems that we have, because that's what Taurus does. And I'm sitting here waiting in my dark room, brooding like I do. But Taurus is breaking our pattern. Taurus isn't reaching out to me which is what everyone is supposed to do, kowtow to me. And I'm not sure what to do about this. I'm starting to get worried. Is there somebody else who's trying to flirt with Taurus, and is Taurus starting to think about a life without me? The moon, they can't read this anymore. They don't know what's going on with Taurus. So somebody's getting very nervous with Taurus's silence. And I'm going to say it looks like there has been silence, but this is Taurus not reacting to them. This is nerve-wracking. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Is it too late? Is Taurus actually gone? Are they not going to put energy in anymore? Taurus used to be single. They'd stay single when we'd have fights, and eventually they would want me back. And then, that's what would happen. But did something just shift? I think that they are feeling a seismic shift right now. And it is that, I think it's that Taurus is done with them. Ace of Wands. There's something here about, you notice how Taurus is kind of walking away, but then turning and looking back just once. It's crazy because I don't know if this person has ever said any compliment to Taurus, but I will say this. They think Taurus is drop dead gorgeous. Masculine or feminine, they see Taurus as a Queen of Wands. They see somebody that other people stare at. I'm wondering if Taurus has particularly gorgeous eyes or something, and it's like very specific things, maybe really nice hair, really nice eyes. There's specific things that they really like about Taurus, and I would almost say I can guarantee in this story that this character has never told our Taurus character what they love about Taurus. I don't know that they've ever, not even at the beginning of like a dating scenario, have they ever been able to give a compliment. Not when they're a King of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who holds back all of their, especially all of their like supportive, gentle, nice thoughts. They hold that all in because they need it for themselves, Boy, this is very uncomfortable. Let me just get one last card. What are you going to do about this character? Because you seem to be sitting here very uncomfortably with Taurus's silence. The Death and the Fool. It may be that this person either recognizes that I lost Taurus and Taurus is just gone, and they're going to be pretty devastated by that. If this Fool card represents, Taurus is gone and they took a trip to Spain and they're dancing and they're, having this wonderful time, and I realize I've lost Taurus. Honestly, I think that this person, they think Taurus is going to end up with a King of Pentacles. I don't see them making a change, taking this leap of faith and becoming the King of Pentacles. I see it as, I said, what are you going to do? And it's like, well, accept defeat and know that Taurus left and Taurus is dancing with some amazing King of Pentacles. It almost seems like they're going to assume if Taurus doesn't come back to fix things with them, that Taurus moved on with somebody else. And that's just how it goes. Knight of Wands. They might even go run amok and try to make themselves feel special and be really embarrassing, trying to get other people to pay attention to them. This just feels like somebody's so acting out. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Taurus. I'll put a little trigger warning on this one only because it's so, although it's only them that's behaving badly. I don't see anything negative in this for Taurus whatsoever. If anything, it looks like Taurus has withdrawn their energy from this person for a valid reason. And they're the ones going through like Taurus withdrawals and, behaving in their same old pattern. And it's freaking them out. And they're seeing that it's not working anymore. But even that's not enough to make them change, at least not in this storyline. Instead, it looks like they're kind of going to be on a, I know it looks like embarrassing behavior is forthcoming for this particular character. Please remember, these are fictional stories about fictional characters, but this is just an interesting one that took us down a road of like, wow, when somebody stays really selfish, what potentially happens. And it says they kind of behave worse and worse, at least in this particular story. They don't have to, but it's just the choices that we saw with these cards if they follow this timeline. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.